Param. And I believe I'm live. Hey folks, it's Asif and welcome to my kitchen. Diva, it's been a hot second since we did a cooking live stream, but you know what? The days are back when I am gonna cook for you guys from home. Okay. We're gonna keep things simple and chill, cause when life gives you lemons, you make sure you make lemonade, cause that's how things roll. Today, we're going to start things off with caffeine. Diva, I am not one to drink caffeine this late in the day, but oh my gosh, I need energy. So let's start things with a milk coffee, Diva. Nothing too bougie, nothing too fancy. I'm just going to make simple coffee with simple ingredients, stuff anybody can make. Hey Nick, welcome to the stream. So I'm gonna kick things off with a simple milk coffee, and then main thing we're making today is Shingara. Now Shingara is Bangladeshi style samosas. You've probably seen Indian and Punjabi style samosas around the world. There is like a Central Asian version, Middle Eastern version as well. This is a Bangladeshi one. Again, it's entirely vegan but delicious. Delicious. So without further delays, let me start off with some milk coffee. Simple stuff. I'm gonna use a blender because Diva, everything's gonna be blended up. It's a hot day. I want a cold milk coffee, and things are gonna be interesting. Cold coffee. I'm gonna make him something cold as well without the coffee part of it. Husband, you can't live without them. That's what we keep telling ourselves. Anyways, Diva, you know what? Usually I go for something a little bit more simple. Since we're doing it for the stream, let's make it a little bit more elaborate. Ooh. Perfect thing. You guys probably saw a live stream of me picking this up from a Filipino grocery store. It's a Nescafe creamy latte. Delicious. Mabuhay, love Philippines. So it's a Filipino white coffee creamer mix. I'm just gonna use this for my coffee. Jerome's one was gonna be just plain mango shake, strawberry shake.
Liquidy, no milk.
No milk.
No milk.
I'm literally making milk tea, Diva. Okay, I'll make him something without milk. Hey Kaylee, welcome to the live stream. Hey Richard, welcome to the live stream. Okay, my husband's thirsty, so let's make him some non-milky drink.
You can make him
Diva, that ship has sailed.
He looks like he's dedicated to milk drink.
You know what? Let's make something super simple, super healthy, and anybody can make it at home. So I was gonna make a milk coffee, which I'm still making, but let's kick things off with a healthy little smoothie. 3 simple ingredients. First, frozen strawberries. This is roughly a cup of frozen strawberries. One of my favorite sweeteners in the entire world, maple syrup. Roughly 2 tablespoons. Diva likes it sweet. And you know what? I have guava juice kicking around at home. This is store-bought Del Monte guava juice. I prefer this brand because it's a little thicker. I prefer thicker guava juice than the thinner ones, just for the consistency. If you want things thicker and your juice is thinner, then you can use probably more frozen fruits. It just balances things out. Okay, and here goes the lid. Sheesh, I just realized how unorganized my cooking space is. Diva. I'm just adjusting the POV so that you guys can actually see what I'm doing here. Okay. I have to first plug it in if I want to use it. Diva. Okay, husband, come grab your drinky. Let's put it in the glass for you. Okay. Guava.
Running sugar.
Look how thick this consistency is. Let me sneak a taste it. Oh, this literally tastes like summer in a glass. Perfection, perfection. Strawberry, guava, both lovely flavors.
Come here. Come. Thank you.
Oh. Diva.
You know it's good. He made it.
No, that's not an answer. He gives the worst reviews. Diva, my husband.
It's nice. It's smooth. It's a smoothie. Okay. It's liquidy, so it's not overly thick. And the guava juice helps elevate the strawberry flavors that are in there. Is there any mango in here?
No.
I don't taste any mango.
No mango.
It's really nice.
Practically Anthony Bourdain diva. 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 Okay, let's make some milk coffee. Diva. First thing goes my Nescafe instant coffee. I am too brown to deal with ground coffee, so I always use instant coffee. The rest of South Asia and Latin America, cause we prefer it instant. Creamy latte. Creamy latte. Yeah. This is Filipino. Ooh, the flavor is so good. Now this thing is pretty sweet in itself. I just could have probably used the caffeine in just the sachet, but I want to wake up because I'm just starting a cooking live stream. Pinch. It's kind of sweet already with the creamer. Just a pinch of, you know what, a tablespoon of maple syrup. I need some maple syrup. And just to turn this very hot bevy into a cold bevy, I'm putting in some frozen strawberries. Let's grab some milk. Diva, diva. Okay. Simple recipe, simple ingredients. To be honest, nothing too hoity-toity about it. Literally, instant coffee, creamer, maple syrup, frozen strawberries, and I have fresh milk. I obviously always prefer 3.25%. 2% doesn't cut it for me. You need it to be creamy. If you want to turn this thing vegan, diva, just replace your milk with coconut milk. It gets a coconutty flavor, but delish, and of course, vegan. Same process. The groove isn't fitting. Okay, much better. Much better. Ta-da-da-da. Hello, Justin. Okay, my milk coffee is done. Welcome to the stream, Justin. Okay, grab me a glass. Grab in a glass. Okay, Again, simple ingredients. And it's summer, baby. You gotta make sure you're not only caffeinated, but you're also staying.
Oh, he
calm
makes
and
me
cool.
those in the morning sometimes. They're awesome, guys.
Like literally, instant coffee, maple syrup, frozen strawberries, and milk. Simple as that. I don't know which store has something similar, but like I know somebody in Vancouver has a strawberry latte diva. It's like a thicker, more smoothie kind of texture of the same thing. I think it was Prado. Prado Cafe has a similar like strawberry latte, but since I used like frozen strawberries, this thing is much thicker. Perfect amount of caffeine I need for a live stream diva. That's for sure. Let me gulp it up and use this one. Okay. Whew. Much needed caffeine energy. Folks, I reminded people what we're gonna do in the first half of the stream. Very simple. Today's gonna be a Bangladeshi style pastry called Shingara. Now, India and Pakistan call it samosa. In Bangladesh, we call it shingara, which is very specific. It is vegan. We use bunch of vegetables. So, the primary vegetable that we are going to use for our thing today, Diva, will be potatoes, carrots, the holy trinity of brown savory, ginger, garlic, and onions. And of course, Diva, we also have frozen green peas, which I'm keeping out to thaw for a minute. And of course, excuse me, didn't do that. Coriander, freshly chopped. As simple as that. This is basically going to be the base for the veggie base for our filling. I'm already worked hard on the dough part of it. Diva, that takes time. Can't do it on a live stream. So my dough is already prepared. Simple ingredients, simple recipe. My dough was 3 cups of all-purpose flour, a pinch of salt, well, not a pinch of salt, a tablespoon of salt, 3 tablespoons of all-purpose cooking oil, and 1.25 cups of boiling hot water. Mix it up. After I kneaded my dough, I let it rest for 30 minutes. Then I kneaded it again for another couple of minutes, and then I let it rest for another hour or so. And of course, afterwards, I portioned them into tiny little balls. I think how many did I get? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So each will make 2 pieces of pastry dough. We're gonna roll it up and then cut it in half. Before all of that happens, we need to work on the filling. And while the filling cools down, we will roll out our dough. Simple stuff, simple ingredients, simple recipe, nothing to be afraid of. That reminds me, I need to put a charger cable on my phone. Okay. Now, before anything else, I need to chop and prep the veggies, which I didn't get much time, Diva. Had a busy day, Diva. Had a busy day. Okay. Need a bowl. First thing, let's start with the most annoying part of it, ginger and garlic. For this recipe, I don't want it necessarily, I don't know, you can do it either ways. You can just use a paste version of ginger and garlic. Grated ones work well, or you can chop it. Personally, I want the ginger and garlic to really immerse itself with everything else. And once we cook the potatoes, they will get a little mashy. So I want the ginger and garlic to hold on to them with dear life. So let's grate these divas. Let's get my grater. Okay. Not you, diva. Let's use her. And I will need a few more particular about the way I do things. It's just me and my ADHD. Just keeping things rolling. Garlic, again, the temperature we're gonna cook it at will eventually melt everything. So Diva, no need to worry about any of that. So you can make a fine paste out of it, or you can just grate it the way I'm doing it, which will still keep them relatively more solid. It won't be a complete mash already. So if you really feel like you want the flavor to be a little bit more prominent, you can mix it up as a paste. But if you want to have a nicer texture, you can chop it up. I want Hannah Montana, best of both worlds. That's why I'm grating it up. And once this gets incorporated with the filling that we're gonna cook, it'll be all gooey. You can still probably taste chunks of it with the veggie filling that I'm making. Diva, you can just go to the room and watch your stuff. Oh, that's nice. Now my husband has to keep the television off. Usually he chills out with the TV on, but yeah, we're live streaming, Diva. That means unfortunately we can't turn the TV on. I wish I could play music, and unfortunately that's not possible either. So you have to listen to my lovely voice. Again, guys, you can replace this with like ginger paste or ginger garlic paste or even powder, but to be honest, nothing tastes like the fresh stuff. It's actually cheaper too. That's what I noticed. Like buying fresh is actually cheaper. Getting like fresh ginger and garlic is actually cheaper than getting the bottles nowadays with import duties and whatnot, because most of it isn't really grown here in Canada, so we import a lot of these veggies and preserves, so they're getting a little pricey nowadays, Mama. So it's a good idea to eat the fresh stuff. The fresh stuff still costs money, but like I would say cheaper than preserves nowadays. That being said, I don't buy green chili anymore. I usually green or red chili. I usually use the one in brine, just because the shelf life is longer, and I know I practically use like 1 or 2 pieces each time I'm cooking something. So it doesn't really make sense buying a whole pack for like $3 to $5 and just using up a few of them and the rest goes bad. It's just how you work up your budget, that's for sure. Ooh, I just see a stowaway garlic clove. Is there any more? No, that's the last, Eva. That's great. Grated ginger. Okay, now that's out of the way. What a quick dance to my guitar. Funny thing is, Bangladeshi street food tends to be mostly vegetarian, because we do have a mix of Bengali Muslims and Hindus and Buddhists and Christians, people of all faith. So street food is something very unifying. Usually street food tends to be a pastry dough of some form, usually a flour dough with a vegetable or a lentil or something like a sweet filling. But almost majority of the street food that I grew up eating in Bangladesh tend to be vegan, which is kind of perfect because I can actually incorporate those flavors and recipes here. Robert, welcome to the stream, Robert. I had a great time in Steveston yesterday. Diva, today it's home day, so I need to make some good food in my own home. We're gonna chop my red onion, slice it. Now, at this point onwards, I want the texture to be of a certain size. Everything, all the veggies, I want them to be of a specific shape. So this is the shape I'm going with. And I'll replicate and continue this size with my carrots and carrots and potatoes. And it will just match up with the green peas. Oh, thank you, Justin. Yeah, Robert will love the fish. Jerome had it last night. Oh, he really enjoyed it. I wanted him to really heat it up, but Diva was too hungry. So he ate cold fish and chips. I mean, to each their own. I needed at least a bare minimum a few minutes in the air fryer. But again, we're talking about a guy who watches John Wick and eats cold pizza, so any day is a slay. Again, I love Keanu. It's just John Wick isn't my tea, Diva. Ugh. You know, they actually made a parody of John Wick with a movie, and the cat's name was Keanu, right? Remember that movie? Where the dog or somebody's cat was named Keanu and the cat was stolen. Like it was like
it was a Key and Peele movie.
Yeah. And I think he made a cameo. I believe Keanu Reeves made a cameo in that movie because the cat itself was called Keanu. It was hilarious. That is the kind of movie I would probably watch if I'm being honest. Kind of funny. Like life is hard in itself. I don't need to watch dumb shittery like pew pews and stuff. Ugh, too much drama. The maximum drama at this point we can handle is the second bracket of All Stars 10 of RuPaul's Drag Race. Oh, Diva.
There's plenty of drama there with Mistress.
Oh yeah.
In the second bracket with Mistress, with Lydia, Tina, Carrie Colby, George's Aunt Nicole Page.
My husband knows his Drag Race.
This is
like literally the Olympics of drag.
Oh
so.
yeah, this is the Olympics of drag right now. This is crazy.
So that's plenty of drama for me, Diva. I don't need to watch John Wick and all the pew pew and bang bang. Ugh. I mean, to each their own. To each their own. My husband loves that stuff. Like I'm as a supportive husband, I'm all for it. But like, ugh. And it's not like an ugh, as in like ugh. It's more like ugh, ugh. You know, when I mean that, it's just like ugh, I really don't care much about it. It's not like I'm disgusted. Ugh. It's more like, ish, really? Sure, Diva. Ugh. I mean, there are different ughs. If you can translate them, to each their own. But that's for sure. After every fried chicken walk, we come home and we watch the most riveting show on planet Earth. All Stars 10, Diva. These queens know how to keep you entertained. That's for sure. Okay, onions are done. I have some carrot kulbi that needs to be cobbled. Do you guys even, are you guys even watching this properly? I'm not sure if you can see everything properly or not. Let me take a sippy sip of my milk coffee. We know the shape and size we want. It's all about consistency. Okay, okay, good enough. But honestly, some of my favorite childhood memories were around good street food, and most of these street food tend to be vegan, and I'm so happy I get to share some of these with you guys. Now next week is Eid. We get 2 of these a year, so I will probably do a few Eid cooking live streams. Expect to see a shopping live stream, grocery shopping live stream soon. And of course, right afterwards, we'll probably do a Eid cooking live stream. Diva, flavors are a king, and we need to serve that king well. It is a very meaty Eid. It is Eid al-Adha, the second Eid of the year. Although I'm not really a Muslim, but like, love to celebrate Eid. Even if it's just for the food. So those are the 2 celebrations we have at home. What's Robert saying? You're like my Auntie Elsa in Richmond. She's always cooking. She's Well, you're lucky to have a good auntie, Auntie Elsa, who's also Filipino. Hey, Auntie Elsa, if you're watching. But Diva, that's the one tea I'm gonna spill, is that we do not have Bangladeshi restaurants in this city. Not in Vancouver, not anywhere in British Columbia. Toronto has bunch of them. So lucky Torontonians, they get to experience Bangladeshi food right here in Canada. Unfortunately, that's the tea. We don't have Bangladeshi restaurants in Vancouver. But Diva, here comes your awesome Asif, who actually knows how to cook food. So I can actually make my favorite Bangladeshi food right here at home. So I'm not really missing out on much. And if I want, I can turn the same recipe much healthier, vegan. And also we get frozen stuff. And because lucky enough, we do have 2 Bangladeshi grocery stores in city of Vancouver, a few more in Surrey. So we're not starved of supplies. Supplies get here. All the spices and vegetables, stuff we need, sort of makes its way down to lower mainland. But Diva, I do miss the restaurants. Once in a while you don't want to cook, you want to just end up in a restaurant, sit down and relax and eat some delicious Bangladeshi food. Yeah, that's something I miss about Toronto for sure. Beyond the jerk chicken. But that's why you guys get to experience this right here on my live stream at Asif Forestwood, channel that is dedicated to good art, good food. I need to do more art. I just keep bitching about it. I end up never doing it. But yeah, you guys can experience that on my channel. And of course, if you feel the love, Divas, don't hesitate to hit that like button. Really helps out the channel. Share it with your buddies. Subscribe if you haven't already. And of course, push that bell button for notification. I'm so carried away with my conversations. I was like, I get so carried away with my conversations and barely notice what I'm doing.
Don't cut a finger off.
I am not cutting a finger off, that's for sure. Hey Claudia, welcome. Welcome to the live. We are making Bangladeshi style Shingara, which is a vegan Bangladeshi samosa. Hope you guys enjoy the stream. Okay, now time for potatoes. Potatoes, mama. Friday night, where do you think, Asif? Robert's asking. Diva, last week we did East Van. Well, to be specific, Kensington Cedar Cottage neighborhood. So this week I want to do something a little different. I don't know. I have a few things in my mind. To be more specific, I want something a little bit more laid back. So prefer something closer to home. But Diva, that's the tea. It might end up in North Shore, might end up in somewhere in South Vancouver. It depends, Diva. Depends. And if we feel the love, might end up taking West Coast Express again, and this time actually do a fried chicken walk in Coquitlam. Jerome would love that.
Oh, I love the free chicken West Coast. Yeah.
Jerome literally wanted to do a Coquitlam live fried chicken walk last time around, but Diva, I had made up my mind. I really wanted to try Duffins and Kensington Cedar Cottage neighborhood, so we stayed true to our words. Ended up right there, and which is fine. I mean, we explored so much. The idea that there were that many Vietnamese restaurants in Vancouver was truly inspiring. Love that. Yeah, there is a quote-unquote Bengali grill resto in Surrey, but Diva, they sell mostly North Indian inspired dishes, not actually Bengali or Bangladeshi dishes, which is kind of heartbreaking. Like, I understand because there are restaurants in literally Surrey, British Columbia. So the idea is that they're trying to cater to their local consumer base. But I understand. If you're in Surrey, you might as well cater to more North Indian style dishes. And that's exactly what they're doing. So Bengal Grill, if you check their menu, it's mostly North Indian inspired dishes. Stuff you can literally get in any other restaurant, but yeah. Robert saying Coquitlam, cool weather permitting. Diva, now Coquitlam has good Korean fried chicken. I had no idea Coquitlam had that many Korean people to begin with. I love Korean food. Korean people are the nicest, Korean Canadians. So, you know what? If we end up in Coquitlam, that would be an awesome thing. I'll be very happy. I think we did 2 fried chicken walks in Coquitlam so far. One in the Burquitlam neighborhood and one in the main drag of Coquitlam. We haven't returned in a while. Another spot, not in Coquitlam but nearby, is Port Moody. We were looking at spots in Port Moody. If anybody has any recommendations in Port Moody, please let us know. Would love to do a Port Moody fried chicken walk. And the last one is a little bit of a surprise hit. I'm not sure if we want to do it this week or the week after, but something that involves a little bit of a walk uphill. Diva, it'll be treacherous. I will bitch about walking uphill, but the fried chicken game seems to be strong with that one. Of course, I'm talking about New West BC. New West BC, up till Hayak Festival, which Jerome live streamed last Saturday, I had no idea the quality of fried chicken or the food in that neighborhood in general. But I'm enamored. Like, Hayak Festival opened my eyes. I had no idea that, like, New West food scene, plenty of interesting spots beyond the regular fried chicken restaurants. They happen to have like a lot of Japanese, Taiwanese restaurants, which are also on my radar. So might wanna do a New West, but I don't think we're gonna do New West just right away. Did I drop something somewhere? I felt something. Oh yeah, I did. I dropped a piece of potato. Let me wash it. Washy, washy. Washy, washy. I dropped a piece of potato. I washed it. It's all good in the hood. I have a clean home, but I still wash my piece of fallen potato. But yeah, if anybody has good recommendations, I'm always game, because you need to tell me. Like, only Vancouver and Richmond, I can say without a shadow of doubt, I have decent idea about where to get my fried chicken, because these are the two cities that I frequent most when it comes to food. And also, I know sort of low-key the more affordable places in each neighborhood. But I would love to know some good recommendations for Coquitlam, for New West, for Burnaby. Still, I have some idea, but I would love to know more. But yeah, New West, Coquitlam, Port Moody, even Surrey, guys. I really want to do a Surrey fried chicken walk. I haven't done one in Surrey, but like I want to do something that's like actually doable. Surrey is like really spread out. I am not very aware of all the places that I can do close to a SkyTrain station. Robert saying New West beautiful. Yeah, a lot of hill walking. Agreed, Robert. I will bitch and moan about it. I will still do it. 'Cause every week comes Friday, eating chicken on Friday. Everybody loves to eat fried chicken. Friday, eating chicken on Friday. Fun, eating fried chicken, hun. Yeah, good recommendations are always welcome, Diva. I know some Diva from Richmond, a little off the beaten path, called LA Chicken, wanted me to do a live stream over there, but
there's actually a bunch of fried chicken over there.
Oh, but we will do a Richmond chicken walk, but like I do so many food walks in Richmond, I probably have to space them out.
I say we go to New West. I don't know.
Diva, tomorrow is Thursday.
Oh, I say we go to New West on Friday.
I was thinking more like Coquitlam, but yeah, New West can be done.
I say we go to Coquitlam on Friday.
My husband changed his opinion, answered 3 times in one stream. Slay husband.
I love Coquitlam.
Love Coquitlam. Coquitlam has a good food scene. It's a tiny city, but their food scene is incredible. And of course, as I mentioned earlier, the Korean influence is gaggy. I love it.
There's an incredible amount of Korean and Persian there. It's an interesting mix.
Like, I want to do anything but North Shore, so that like in a week or 2 we can return to North Shore for like a back to like a shipyards / fried chicken walk stream. Like I don't mind doing cream pony again, because we had their chicken sandwich. Can do like their fried chicken version. And of course, West Vancouver has so many good options that we haven't tried yet. And going back uphill, closer to 15th and Lonesdale, that neighborhood has good fried chicken. We haven't been back up there in a long time. I know we did Frying Pan Express. And what was the ramen place we did?
Oh.
Kinto.
Yeah.
That was good. So I want to do North Shore again, but yeah, probably gonna do like the Shipyards Market plus North Shore. Diva, Nick, welcome to the stream. Nick is saying just do anything but stay away from Richmond's waterfront. Diva. How many divas did I mention? Jesus. That's all I'm gonna say, Nick. Diva. Now, Richmond's waterfront is fine. The space between Bridgeport and what's the street, like Lansdowne, all the way Bridgeport's all the way to Lansdowne, that is sketch. Partly because they don't really have a nice paved sidewalk for most of it. They are working on it. It is a growing city, so hopefully soon. And also we just experienced Richmond night market. That was bad. That was so bad. Like, Richmond night market was a terrible idea. So
why was it bad?
You tell people why was it bad, Jerome.
I enjoyed it, but everything I bought there was like $5 to $10 more than I could buy anywhere else in Richmond.
It's long lines.
Why,
nowhere to sit.
Why am I waiting with no seating to eat food that I could get cheaper anywhere else in that city?
Exactly.
That's the thing. Okay, other than that, hanging out with friends, that was bad.
Oh yeah, hanging out with friends was great, but we can hang out with friends somewhere nicer.
Yeah, take a restaurant where we can actually sit.
Exactly. Exactly, Diva. Oh yeah, that's the bitching we're talking about. Richmond night market. That was not the vibe. Not the vibe, Diva. Not the vibe. But you know what? Somebody was asking about P&E, and after night market I was like, thank you, but no thank you. Thank you, next. So, yeah. So gonna stay away from Richmond's waterfront and night market. Love Richmond, but not waterfront and night market. Robert did a research on Coquitlam. Yeah, Robert, we did CM chicken in Kitsilano, U Street, close to 1st or 2nd Ave. Delicious. Justin, it's for young people who don't mind shitty situations. People who, I don't know, have less tolerance for shitty situations. You're better off to go to a restaurant or a mall or something. I don't know, Diva. Like, Richmond night market was clearly not the vibe. You know what I would have loved to do instead of night market? Go down to Granville Strip. The games that were there that I was actually interested about, I could probably have a better time at Rec Room. Rec Room, I think they have a location in Brentwood Town Center as well. So it's basically like all the games in Rec Room plus super expensive food. I would rather go somewhere like Brentwood Town Center or somewhere like Granville Strip in Vancouver. Have good food. If I'm gonna eat pricey food, I might as well do it closer to home, where we can actually sit, Diva. I don't know. I don't want to sound negative, Nelly, but Diva, it was a couple of hours long experience. We had a great time with our friends, but the environment and the vibe was just not it. It just was not it. And we're too old to deal with that. People with offsprings might have a greater time just because they have to tire out their offsprings or get into the Dubai chocolate trend wagon. Ugh. To each their own. Oh, no worries, Robert. Thank you for joining in. Always a good time when you're in. But yeah, Coquitlam and New West. My husband wants me to go to New West. I am halfway there. I want to do Coquitlam before New West because we literally were in New West for Hayak Festival. I'll probably... Oh, I'm dropping a video, by the way, guys. Check it out in a day. Still editing, Diva. We filmed for hours. You guys were live, remember? On Jerome's stream. There was so much. And also, we filmed before and after the live stream. So I wanted to make something really nice and cute. So I'm still taking my sweet time. I've taken almost 4 hours worth of footage and turned into under 8 minutes. That's the tea. That is the tea. I'm spilling so much tea right now. Diva. But yeah, that's the tea. I've taken like almost 4 hours worth of footage and turned into like an 8-minute video. And that's taken a while. But it's cute. I just wanted, I really had a good time in New West, and I was like, I wanted to do something really nice, and hopefully I'll be able to make more like vlog style videos, so you guys get my personal POV. Like, you guys know, like if I have a bad time, I'm very vocal about things. It's not hidden, Diva, in any way, shape or form. You guys can probably see it in my eyes. It's just, ugh, when I'm not into it, I'm not into it. Yeah, agreed. As long as I can sit down. Diva, let's just say I'm not a spring chicken anymore. I need to sit down. I can't be on my feet all day. After working hard, I need to sit down, chill, have a good time. And that's the thing though, especially when I'm not filming, when I'm just hanging out with buddies, I want to be more relaxed. I'm not on a camera, so I'm not constantly talking. I want to lay back and just, have a good time. Sometimes when you are in a hectic situation, filled with so many screamy, shouty young people. Again, to each their own. Young people, be yourself, enjoy, have a good time. I just don't need to be in that crowd. I don't enjoy that crowd. I want to be more chilled out, somewhere relaxed. Like hanging out on a beach, that seems more my time than just sipping on a bubbly or like a milk tea, just chit-chatting with buddies for hours. That's more like my vibe at this point in life. I mean, it's not like we haven't done fairs and festivals, and we do it. Like, we frequently film so many events. When I'm on my free time, I really cherish those calmer, quiet, more chilled moments. That's for sure. Have you been around the newly released Minoru Lakes Park in Richmond? I was checking out, like literally on my way up Steveston. What street was it on? It was like literally right next to Minoru Park. I need to go down there. We'll probably do a live stream at some point. We need to check it out. If we like the vibe, probably gonna hang out with buddies, because we have buddies in Richmond, and it's probably easier for them to go down there as well. But yeah, Minoru Park seemed very accessible. 406 and 407 bus route goes down there, so sounds like a good time. This backpack Korean restaurant. Yeah, Robert, I actually tried a few Korean spots in Kukatlam already, especially at Henderson Place Mall. Love that spot. Okay, I'm finally done chopping everything. Diva. Chit-chatting with you guys and doing this took a hot second, but yeah, let's start cooking. In the immortal words of Pheromone, let's give this roast a cook. I also need to strain this thing. And right after, we're just gonna roast some spices and get started with the filling. With some great memories back into before the renewal. Oh, that's nice. 2013, Diva. That feels like a lifetime ago. Like, literally feels like a lifetime ago. 2013, jeez. Back then, I remember I used to have a Facebook account. Jesus Christ. That is so boomer. Like having a Facebook account. But the reason I had a Facebook account was because the boomers were not in Facebook in 2013. I mean, like, nothing wrong with Facebook, it's just not my tea anymore. Rather, YouTube is cute. YouTube, there is a lot of different kind of stuff, but I feel like you can still have a chill time. Even with folks, to be honest, like a lot of people watch us on televisions or computer screens, so they're just chilling out. And I feel like that kind of vibe is something that resonates with us at this juncture of our life. Whereas like a lot more low-key and chilled and relaxed time, especially with like friends and family. I feel like that YouTube vibe definitely resonates way more than like the hyper political, boomery, like catfishy Facebook vibe. Again, nothing wrong with boomers, it's just like not my tea. Okay. Potatoes are stoked and strained. Let's get started with a spice mix. Okay, Diva. Let's get it started. So taking a pot, nothing hoity-toity, turning up the heat, let it simmer. So for Shingara, there's a specific spice blend. We need something called Pach Foron. Pach Foron is, Pach means 5, Foron means, I forgot. It's a mix of 5 spices that includes like black seed, fenugreek, cumin, and something else, not mustard, yeah, mustard seed. So you can find it in pretty much any South Asian grocery store, especially in Canada. So I'm using roughly like 2 tablespoons of Pach Foron. I will add, for the flavor's sake, because I enjoy it so much, a little bit of star anise. It will just give it nice fruity fragrance. I want some fennel seed. Fennel seed has this very specific savory umami-ness. I actually find there's like a kind of similarity between star anise and fennel seed, but fennel seed of course is a little bit more zesty. Star anise is much sweeter. Shahi jeera, this is known as royal cumin, very specific cumin, roughly 2 tablespoons of it. It's a little milder when it comes to that cumin zest. And yeah, pepper. Roughly a dozen black pepper, half a dozen white pepper. Oh, I dropped a dozen white pepper as well. Never mind. This is long pepper or Lindy pepper. Diva, this is something else. Like, look how purple it is inside. Love long pepper. And what else? Oh yeah. Let's put a little bit of mustard seed. Since Pach Foron has a bit of mustard seed already, I'm just going to use the same black mustard, roughly 2 tablespoons. Roughly 1.5 piece of mace, and nutmeg. Diva. A quarter of a nutmeg. So these are my spices: Pach Foron, mustard, fennel, royal cumin, black mustard seed, 3 types of pepper: black pepper, white pepper, and long Lindy pepper. This is mace and pieces of nutmeg, star anise. We're gonna roast it quick, and then we're gonna grind, stir the thing. Idea is so spices are always dormant. When you roast them, you basically make them come alive. That's what we're doing. Release their natural oils. You need roughly 30 seconds to a minute. As soon as it touched this hot pan, I can almost already smell some of the fresh aroma. Oh! I forgot bay leaves. Bay leaves. Roughly one long bay leaf chopped up for me. Okay, she is roasted. I don't have a microscopic lens to show you guys, but with just the smell, oh my gosh, you can already see the colors have turned way more vibrant. And you can also see like light shades of oil on the outer surface. That tells you that this thing is ready. And this is of course my grinder. Get your minds out of the gutter, Diva. This is a halal grinder. This is grinding spices. All very kosher. Jeez Louise, you all need Jesus in your lives. I just mentioned grinder and look how you're reacting. Diva, Diva, Diva. Nick. You all need Jesus in your life. Oh, the smell of freshly roasted spices. Oh, it literally smells like the kitchen we had as kids in our home back in South Asia. Like, one thing that South Asians do when it comes to good food is not really compromising about the flavor, and I think that's what really sets professional kitchens or like large scale kitchens we'd have in attached families. And when I talk about a quote-unquote attached family, because it's a detached family, is the fact that they would cook for like roughly between 30 to 50 people every single meal. Like, I grew up in a giant household, but mine wasn't even that big compared to, let's say, some of my friends. I have friends and family who grew up in households where they would cook for every single meal for the day, would cook for at least, let's say, 100 to 200 people. Now, Bangladesh didn't achieve a lot of things in life, but one thing for sure they achieved is like they multiplied hard, Diva. Multiplied hard. There's like 180 plus million people over there just in the country of Bangladesh. If you considered our cousins from West Bengal, India, the ones in USA, UK, Middle East, and all around the world, there's roughly 220 to 230 million Bengalis around the world. So, we might not have achieved a lot of things in life, but they have multiplied hard, Diva. Slay, slay, slay. Let me zoom in so that you guys see what's the tea with the pot. getting it hot. Starting off with Canadian canola. I'm using like a quarter cup. Probably get away with using like 4 or 5 teaspoon of Adiva. Here's my ginger and garlic grate. Let's roughly use 4 tablespoons of it. You know what? Let me wear my neck attachment and show you guys my cook process. River. Let's take you guys on a journey. So this is basically infusion. We're trying to infuse this ginger and garlicky flavor with the oil, and oil is a great carrier of flavors. Let's do something dramatic. I want my chili in brine. Where's my chili in brine? Oh no! Ah! Oh, I have to bend my knee. Bend the knee. Bend the knee. Where is it? I'm trying not to show my messy, cluttered fridge. Diva, that's the tea. Where is it? I'm looking for chili and brine. Oh, found it. Found it. Ow. Chili and brine. I'm gonna use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, Diva. I want to give her a rough chop with my scissors. If you guys don't use cooking scissors, highly recommend it. What are you even doing with your life? Make life easy, use scissors. Ask any lesbian sister, highly recommend them. Okay, time to drop my chopped red onion. Let it simmer for a hot minute. Up the temperature just a bit. I would say it's hot, but it's not as hot as it is. It's so Justin, it sort of evolves. It's like pickling process in general. It's still a bit of heat, but it evolves because the acids of pickling process gives them like a different texture, like a feel in general. I feel that they're still hot, but like the difference in my mind is a little bit more chemical than organic, if that makes any sense. Because like the flavor transfers from the chili itself a little bit into the brine. So the brine is spicy as well, but together they sort of low-key neutralize each other. But I would still say it's still decent hot because it's like bird's eye chili, right, at the end of the day. But I would say the complexity I get from this flavor, that's why like I don't additionally, if I use this chili, I don't additionally add any vinegar to my recipes. I prefer to use this brine itself, which has a little bit more salt and of course a little bit of vinegar as well. But highly recommend it. It really changes the flavor pattern. Okay, let's put my dry spice mix on top of this diva. We'll add, let's say, 2 tablespoons of Kashmiri red chili powder, which is more for color than heat itself. This is for me at home, so I don't really care about anybody else. So for umami, I'm adding MSG. If I was making it for other people, I would have added chicken bouillon powder, or if it was continued to be vegan, I would just probably use a little bit of I don't know, more like a white pepper and a combination of something else like a seaweed or something. I really like this umami-ness, so I don't want to compromise with my umami. Pinch of turmeric, cumin powder, roughly 1.5 tablespoons, coriander powder, roughly 1.5 tablespoons as well, mace and nutmeg powder. Now you might wonder, why am I using powder after I put the whole ones? It's just 2 different variations. They all need to make this flavor more complex. This is mango powder, amchur, found in like most South Asian grocery stores. Mustard powder. Guys, just make sure this thing doesn't burn. Nobody wants burnt spices. Adding in a bit of sambal paste. I'm gonna balance it up with jaggery powder. Palm jaggery is basically brown sugar, a little bit less refined brown sugar, so it doesn't use as much chemicals. Basically, you add a bunch of chemicals to this thing to bleach it, and that's how you get white sugar. This is the unrefined version of this thing, and the flavor is much deeper, clearly. Okay, now let's add some salt. Roughly 2.5 tablespoons. And this is chaat masala. I need to get more chaat masala. Chaat masala has a combination of cumin, mango, and a bunch of others. But I feel like this particular blend, along with like a little bit of powdered sugar and everything, gives out this nice sweet smell. Oh yeah, it smells amazing. I don't know what's the English word for it, but we call it jhaj. And jhaj doesn't necessarily mean it's translate to more of a zest or a zing. So it doesn't necessarily reflect like it's a flavor thing. It's more like a feel of it. Because like, you know, when somebody says, oh, it burns in your eyes or something, you can feel the zest coming off of it. That's what in Bangla we define by using the word jhaj. So this thing has a jhaj to it. Give it a little taste test. It's good, but it needs a little bit of sweetness to it. So I'm adding a little bit of honey. Because I didn't want to add more sugar to it. And honey does a great sweetening job without adding more calories to this thing than it already has. Take another fresh spoon, do a taste test. Oh, perfection. Perfection. The umami is strong with this one. One thing you'll notice is that this thing is much spicier, because something like potatoes and carrots, very bland vegetables, will soak in a lot of the spice, and once it's it's a basically a filling. Once it's inside the pastry dough, that will eliminate some of that as well. Now, this is how you layer flavors. Add not a lot, just enough coriander in this point, just to add a little bit of more herbiness to the thing. It will also counteract with more sharper spicy flavors. If you layer it up in several parts like you do it now, then you add a bunch once the potatoes and the carrots are done. You will feel that coriander in layers for sure. It won't all disappear, because there's a lot of really strong flavors playing in this field right now, and you still want each and every prime flavor to be relevant and make their mark. I really love this flavor of cilantro or coriander, whatever you like to call it, and I layer it so that I can feel that flavor even as more empowering or overpowering flavors dominate this thing. But of course, I think there's a little bit of oil that's surfaced up. Means I can put my potatoes and carrots in. But because we're using something so bland as potatoes and carrots and green peas, they will just soak up all of this gooey, nice flavor. In some other recipes, they might tell you to boil the potatoes, but because we've chopped them up in tiny bits, and the way we are going to cook them, it's going to just soften up and boil with its own juices. Don't need to boil them separately. And because it's gonna absorb all of this flavor, the potato itself is going to be really nice and savory. Again folks, I'm using mostly 3 different pepper black pepper, white pepper and Lindy pepper, which definitely gave a nice zest. If you want to avoid pepper, you can use something sweeter like bell pepper. I will recommend, if you use bell pepper, just make sure that you roast it in an oven or an air fryer or something, because you want a little bit of that smokiness in it. Like bell pepper, sweet pepper, serrano, every single pepper has a nice flavor. It just depends on how you bring it out. Even with something like jalapenos, I mean, if you roast them, the flavor profile is just delicious. Delicious. Soaking it all in. Drop in the green peas. Let's move some stuff away. So the way of doing Bengali style of cooking is a lot of roasting and resting involved. So you incorporated spices with hot oil and high temperature, whether it's vegetables or protein or meat, whatever it is. Once you feel that it has soaked up enough enough of the spices, you add some hot water and let it sit for somewhere between 10-15 minutes for vegetables to, let's say, a couple of hours for tough protein, to really soak in all of those flavors and slowly get softer without like compromising on any of the flavor. Now this is just the filling. We add a little bit more coriander at this point. I'm gonna add something else to bring out a little bit more onioniness to it. Fried onion. Another one of my favorite ingredients in the world and a staple of South Asian households. I feel like it has soaked up enough of the flavors. Let me add a bit of hot water, roughly let's say half a cup, and let it simmer and boil. And now I can work on the pastry dough. Oh, I need a lid, Lydia. Lydia, the lid. It will now just boil slowly in the back. Oop. Diva. Yeah. Okay, let me clean up my work surface and roll out the doughs while this thing continues to cook. So it's gonna take me a hot minute to get that done. Okay. Have a sip of my milk coffee. bottoms up. I needed some. I could literally feel the last bit of energy dripping away. Had a long day so far. Let me take care of some of these. We go back in the fridge. Go back to wash. And let me clean up, sanitize my work surface. You can stay here, Diva. Okay, once my surface is nice and sanitized, I can roll out my doughs. Get my rolling pin. Some flour ready. So these are the doughs I talked about. Again, there's like 13 of them or 14. Use 3 cups of flour, a tablespoon of salt, 3 tablespoons of oil, and 1.25 cups of boiling water to make the dough. Kneaded it, rested it for 30 minutes, kneaded the dough again, and then let it rest for another hour-ish before I portion them off and oil them up so that they stay soft. And the pastry process is really easy and simple. I do need to make sure that the thing isn't super hot. You can use whatever filling you like. Like, look, this process made this dough super workable and soft. She's gonna stretch. Now you can oil up your rolling pin or use flour, whatever works with your Diva. There's a decent bit of elasticity in this thing, so you don't need to really push it hard. So this is the consistency and shape we're looking for, like an oval shape. We want it like, it's not super thick. Because the dough is kind of elastic, you can stretch it out, but you have to make sure your dough is elastic enough. I'm gonna put a little bit of flour on it so it doesn't stick. Find a flat plate or surface. I'm going to do this for all of the dough balls. Push it down, roll it out. Roll some more. I'm a big guy, I need a little bit of space. This one isn't necessarily the nicest shape, but it's gonna still work. Diva, where did I keep it? My nose is dripping. I just realized the spice is getting to my nostrils. And I'm back again. Okay, let's roll these doughs out. Pretty simple, nothing too hoity-toity about these. About them. Okay. Sprinkle some flour. Oh, this one is much nicer. This is the universally accepted dough shape for samosas. Getting there, not just yet. Okay, continue to roll my dough balls. Looking for space, Diva. I need space. Shingara is such an iconic South Asian street food, Bangladeshi specific. It's just been part of my life since I was just a little kid. Especially, let's say, mommy hasn't prepared lunch for school. She would just give you some money, like, oh, grab a few shingaras. We know it's healthier compared to a lot of other food. Especially because it says so much veggie in it. There can be just plain potato shingara, but I prefer the veggie shingaras, which has a little blend of a bunch of different vegetables. Potato shingaras, I feel like, are just like carbohydrate on carbohydrate on carbohydrate. So you like to mix things up. So definitely it helps the flavor profile of it. But I feel like potato shingaras are a little two-dimensional. I feel like mixed veggie shingaras have a little bit of oomph factor to it. I haven't really made a protein shingara, as in like with beef or chicken or anything as such. Should. Definitely should. But I feel like the Punjabi version of a chicken shingara or a beef shingara is slightly better than a Bangladeshi version of shingara, what's really known as chicken samosa or beef samosa. So I usually prefer to just grab them ready. Now you can still get like a veggie samosa, but like the Bangladeshi flavor that I look for is kind of missing. We can get like frozen versions of this in Bangladeshi grocery stores, and I have used them back in the days, but I feel like making a batch fresh at home is much nicer, healthier, zero preservative. Also budget friendly. Like, think about it, the carrot was like 80 something cent. Potatoes are used roughly $3-4. If I consider the price of all the ingredients are used for this thing, I would say it didn't cost me more than $10 for all the ingredients, and it is vegan, so pretty much anybody can eat them. I would say it's a really cheap and tasty thing to make at home. You can obviously upgrade them by using stuff that you feel like you want to incorporate. I would be enamored if somebody put like broccoli, bok choy in their shingara. Really like up the game. You can use paneer. I have used paneer before. I mean, technically I can use like a feta spinach mix, which you will notice in some Punjabi samosas. Just play with it. It's just make it your own. And that's the beauty of home cooking. You make it the way you want it to be. There's no restriction. And since the dough is something that you can possibly replace with, I would say, dumpling wrappers, you still won't get the same consistency, but you can do it if you want. They exist, especially somewhere like British Columbia. Dumpling wrappers are widely available. Let's check on these. I feel like they're done. Let me do a taste test. This is what the filling looks like. Potatoes, carrots, and green peas. They're so done. Delicious. Now, potatoes and carrots really absorb most of the heat, so it doesn't feel as spicy anymore. But if you're afraid of a little bit of heat, I would recommend you don't put that much spice up front, and once the boiling process is done, then you can obviously add anything and just make it spicier, saltier, or add honey or something and make it sweeter if needed. Now, to get this thing a little bit of a body, I'm gonna add some flour. Not a whole lot, just roughly around like a quarter cup of flour, which will soak up the water. And give it a distinct body. Take the heat off. I'm going to put this in a separate bowl to cool it down. Honestly, you can just enjoy this potato as itself, as a bhaji, as we like to call it, or a veggie that you can serve with parathas or luchi, which is like a fried dough paratha. Set it aside so that it cools. Perfect, and we can continue with our pastry dough. Flavor is delicious, nice. All the aromatics really did their job and turned something so bland and basic like potatoes and carrots and gave them so much flavor. Okay, let's finish up my dough. Oh, I need to put the charger back on this thing, otherwise she will stop working midstream. We're continuing with our pastry dough. So, sorry, not the dough. Yeah, the dough, not the filling part. This is definitely bringing back childhood memories for me, because like this is something I would literally have as a kid, to on back from school, as a young adult, going to classes on my uni days, or even in my professional life. I'm stuck in a meeting, or in Bangladesh that you have a lot as traffic. You can just chow on a few shingaras, stuck in a couple of hours long traffic. It's not the distance that made it difficult, because it's a tiny city. Much smaller than, let's say, Toronto. Like the city, Dhaka city is basically the size of Vancouver, with a population of roughly 28 to 35 million people. So there's a lot of human beings, which makes traffic incredibly bad. Bangladesh got its first metro rail, which is similar to Vancouver SkyTrain, also driverless, made by Japan. The rolling stock is made by Japan trains, which is making life a little easier, but we need, like, I think a dozen metro lines in Dhaka city to probably cater to the same kind of people. Like the closest I've seen is like in Delhi, or I would say in New York or Tokyo, like large metros with lots and lots of people. So you need like a fast transit that can cater to these people. That much of a daily grind. Like it takes a lot. Even let's say Toronto's after work crowd, I feel like Toronto itself needs transit bad. They're building Ontario line, which won't be done until like early 2030s. It's still something that the city desperately needs. especially when you have a downtown core that is the center of attraction for everything, not just commerce and work, but for like tourists and services in general. You need big transit. So when I would back in the days in Bangladesh, when I was stuck in traffic for hours, I would probably pop up somewhere, feel hungry, and grab some of these shingaras. Kind of nutritious, kind of filling, and have a quick snack. If you're lucky enough, in Canadian grocery stores, you might find some frozen Bangladeshi ones, or go to a Bangladeshi or Pakistani, Indian grocery store. You can probably find them in the frozen aisles, because I have bought them, I've seen them, they are available. Especially cities like Vancouver, Toronto, Montreal, they tend to have them. It's an interesting dish. For vegan folks, vegan food doesn't have to be boring. Bangladeshi cuisine is proof. Vegan food can be really, really, really good. My filling is done. I'm getting through these doughs. Once they're all rolled and ready, I can make the little pastries and then deep fry them. I mean, technically you can bake them. It is an option, but it's just not the same. By the way, whoever is watching, what is your childhood favorite pastry? Something that's like a quick grab and go. Like, if you were born and raised in Canada, and if you're fortunate enough, we have some of the finest bakeries in the entire world, and that can be like a Greek bakery where you can get feta pies, feta cheese pies, or spitakonica, which is like a spinach and feta cheese pie, to Filipino and Chinese bakeries where you can get like steamed buns, baked buns, so many good options, fried buns and whatnot. Or if you're somewhere from Metro Vancouver and you're fortunate enough to know where the good food in the Punjabi stores are, you're probably aware of good samosas, kulcha, barfi. So yeah, comment down below. Would love to know what's your guilty pleasure, something that you eat when you're hungry and not really in a mood to think about health. Something like a quick grab and go. Toronto, such a good city. My favorite thing was, of course, juicy dumplings. Just available close to home. If it's not like a Chinese bakery where I would get something like a curry bun, I would always pick up something like 6 soup dumplings from Juicy Dumpling. Another favorite thing, of course, if you are from Toronto, and their most iconic quick grabs is, of course, Jamaican patties. I mean, we literally have patties at home. Let me show you guys. Like, this is how much living in Toronto has influenced us, that we always keep some Jamaican beef patties at home. It's just something very convenient, delicious. We always make sure we have a bunch at home. and they are available in our local grocery store. We buy them frozen. There are a few restaurants and businesses that have fresh Jamaican beef patties, but they're not widely available and quite expensive in British Columbia. So we rely on the frozen ones from Toronto. Funny enough, it's called Jamaican beef patties, but in 2020s, Canada actually exports beef patties to Jamaica, which is something Jamaican Canadians talk about quite frequently. It's like we live in day and age where this food came with immigrants to Canada to a point that now it's being exported back to Jamaica. Like, I'm pretty sure at some point in future we'll be exporting Punjabi samosas made in Surrey or Brampton to India, just because these industries are growing. Like Brar is a brand that you notice everywhere in Canada from Metro Van. There is what's a Metro Van brand? I don't remember the Metro Van ones, but I know Brar's, I believe, has a Brampton or a Mississauga factory. So before long you'll see Canadian brands exporting back to places like South Asia, which is already happening. Like, with immigrant culture comes in immigrant food, and with so much good food in Canada, it's slowly starting to shape from diaspora communities, is starting to shape back in quote unquote the mothership. Like, Bangladeshi chefs in UK have started to influence Bangladeshi cuisine in Bangladesh. So that tells you about diaspora communities and their influence on food and cuisine. And that just tells you about evolution of food as well. It's like how things evolve over time. Like, I feel like I'm Bangladeshi and Canadian, and I try to incorporate both of these aspects of my culinary journey into my food. So unlike the regular Bangladeshi, it's not as greasy. At the same time, unlike a lot of other Canadian food, I do rely heavily on seasoning. Like, my spices are something that I hate to compromise with. So you will notice that influence in my food, in whatever I make. So it's definitely a best of both worlds situation. Incorporating whatever I have and whatever I know. And this will definitely be like a testament to my food journey. You have to realize a lot of these things that I cook, a vast majority of them, I learned while in Canada. Even Bangladeshi cuisine that I started experimenting, watching videos, learning from cookbooks and chefs, and slowly incorporating them into my daily routine, which has evolved over time, and now it is distinctly mine. And again, like most people, I try to incorporate ingredients that I find around me. So when I make a hot sauce, it's a blueberry hot sauce, not necessarily a lychee hot sauce. Just incorporating what's close to me, what's available to me. And I would say telling my story. This food tells my story, incorporating my heritage and culture with a kind of culinary experience I have embraced over the years. Here we go, last dough, almost done. Alrighty, that is it, Diva. There's the pastry rolls. Now, before I continue, I'm gonna give a quick wipe of the surface. And my hands as well. All clean and sanitized. Let me wash my hands. Alrighty, let's now actually construct the shingaras. First thing, cut them in the middle. So each piece of dough will make 2 pieces of shingaras. Okay, that's done. Look at this. This is a single piece of shingara right here. Now I'm gonna make a little bit of a glue. That's what we like to call it, atha in Bangla. A tablespoon of all-purpose flour, Diva, and roughly 1/4 cup of cold water. Mix it up, and this will make a little sticky, gluey kind of flour adhesive that will seal the seams of this thing. And let me show you how I make this pastry. It's still hot, but it has cooled down sufficiently. Take a piece of pastry, make a fold like this, add a little bit of a glue here, pull it down and attach this. So just making a conical shape. See how I did it? So it's a little funnel, and we have sealed the seam with my water and flour mixture so that it doesn't disintegrate while we're frying it. Scoop up roughly tablespoon and a half of this thing. This is what it looks like. Now put some more glue or atha on the seam. Take it down, and we need to make a little bit of a pinch so that it sits up straight. You notice this little pinch I've made? This helps the thing stay in place. And that's the seal. That's the seal. You let it rest for roughly half an hour to an hour before you fry it. But here it is. Here's my shingara. Let's make another one. Same thing. Make the process for you guys. One flip. Put some glue. And turn this into a conical shape. This thing is still hot. This needs to cool down a bit. Make a little fold in the middle and then bring it out and close the seam. Call it shingara or samosa, whatever you like to call this thing, whatever filling you make. Hey Winger, welcome to the stream. This is how you do it. This is how you seal the seams and make your own shingara. Or in your culture you can call it samosa. That's fine. Whatever you like to call food, as long as you respect food, that's what matters. Now Diva, I'm gonna make a bunch of them, but I need to wait for this thing to cool down. It is still pretty hot. Afterwards I'm gonna let it rest for roughly an hour-ish, so that the seam is nice and strong. Then deep fry. You can bake them. I have baked them before. It's pretty good. I would say use like cooking oil spray on top. Egg wash doesn't really work that well with shingara, at least in my personal experience. So I would just say use like an oil baster or something and just oil up the actual pastry, and you'll get a nice crispy shingara in an air fryer or in an oven as well. But deep frying is what it's traditionally done with. Let me make another one so you guys have a clue exactly how to do the fold. Take a piece of dough, make a fold. I don't know if you guys can see it. Fold like this. Use water or a glue that like I made with just plain flour and water. Bring out the other part of the seam. Close it. And look at the pastry dough. It's like a funnel shape. I'm gonna fill it up with my vegetable filling. We call it in Bangla pur. Use the same glue around the seams. Make a little fold. Bring it to the end and seal it. I highly recommend you rest it for a couple of minutes, at least 30 minutes to an hour before you deep fry these. You want to make sure that the seam works. And that's it. That's my cutesy patootsy little shingara. Or samosa, whatever you like to call it. We call it shingara in Bangladesh. That's why I call it a shingara. By the way, divas, if you're enjoying the stream, don't hesitate to hit that like button. That really helps the channel. Share it with your buddies. Comment down below. And of course, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. I love to do more cooking videos. Want to do some art videos as well. I make a bunch of stuff, including Gundam models. So love to do more streams like that. But yeah, really appreciate if you guys hit that subscribe button and push the bell button to get a notification every time I'm live streaming. Yeah, it's simple. Usually we make these in large batches, especially during like festivals or stuff like New Year's or Ramadan, and sit in a little group and chit chat while we make a shit ton of these. Back when I was a kid. But now I do it for you guys on camera. We still chit chat. Closing the seams. And here we go. Okay, Diva, I'm gonna end the stream now. It's over 2 hours. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. Hope to see you guys more. And of course, don't forget to subscribe. See you guys next time. Bye-bye. Param, 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 param.